Welcome to Real Sports Talk with Jaime and Joe on WRBC 91.5 FM, Bates College Radio in Lewiston, Maine.
Yes, no. Great Al Talk Sports is back in full effect. Tell your brother, mother, father, auntie, cousins and baby mamas. They let them guys back on the radio again.
This is your boy Joe, coming from Boston, Patriots fan, Giants killer. My co-host, Jaime, where you at?
What's up, baby? We back again, show number 2, and the Giants are still reigning Super Bowl champion. Just remember that.
Oh man.
Let's do it, baby.
First thing first, we're gonna start out with some of this past Sunday's games. We had a lot of good ones, a lot of close ones, a lot of big upset. Can't wait to get to that one. First game, we're going to start off with this past Thursday's game. Arizona Cardinals playing away at the St. Louis Rams. Cardinals coming in on a 4-0 start, but fell short to the St. Louis Rams, 17-3. I don't know what to say about these Cardinals, man. They start off beating the Patriots, killing the Eagles, and just falling straight flat on their face to the St. Louis Rams. Stagnant offense.
Right.
When you got Kevin Kolb coming out and finishing the game, 28 completions, 50 attempts, and no running game.
Mm-hmm.
Larry Fitzgerald, 8 for 92. Where's this offense going?
Well, you know what? I wasn't a believer of St. Louis. They definitely showed me something against the Cardinals, but I wasn't believing the Cardinals anyway either. St. Louis gave the Cardinals their first loss, improved to 3-0 at home. Their St. Louis line and linebackers had a big day. 9 sacks total by the team, 3 by defensive end Robert Quinn. Held the Cardinals to 45 yards rushing, even though the Kevin Kolb and the offense had a big gains in the air. St. Louis prevails and shocking the Cardinals at home.
You have the Dolphins at Cincinnati. Miami coming off with the win, 17-13. Defense, I thought the defense played exceptionally well. A lot of big plays, especially throughout the fourth quarter. A big time fourth quarter stop. Really capped off the win for the Dolphins. But Ryan Tannehill, he played okay after last week having a 400 passing yard game against the Cardinals. And throwing for 0 touchdowns. Reggie Bush didn't do too well. 1 touchdown, along with Daniel Thomas, 1 touchdown. But I thought the defense really stepped it up today and helped the Dolphins come out with the win.
Cincinnati let down today against Miami. I was looking forward to seeing Cincinnati prevail. Andy Dalton came out 26 for 43, 234 yards, 1 touchdown. AJ Green, wide receiver, 9 reception, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Yeah, the Cincinnati seems to have something going there with their offensive attack in the air. They're just really not. The rest of the game is really not sinking. 3 turnovers really sunk them in this game.
Green Bay Packers playing away at Indiana. What an upset. Green Bay Packers coming in on a 2-2 start. Fell short to the Indianapolis Colts, 30-27. Not much from Aaron Rodgers, but he actually threw 3 TDs, but most of his supporting cast wasn't there after losing Cedric Benson in the middle of the second half, which was really big. Jaime Joe came up again, 2 touchdowns, 2 games straight now. Offense looks decent, but the defense, I feel like, wasn't there today.
This game was definitely a close game. Green Bay was in the game up until the end. The Indianapolis goes up 2-1 at home. They led 27-6, and they outscored Green Bay 27-6 in the second half. And Andrew Luck had a big game, 31 for 55, 362 yards, 2 touchdowns. Found Reggie Wayne 13 times for his total of 212 yards and 1 touchdown. And Green Bay Packers are in trouble. They fall to 2-3 for the season, 0-2 on the road. Green Bay Packers have a lot of searching to do within themselves if they want to save their season.
Third place. Green Bay Packers are third place in their division, behind the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs. Baltimore 9, Kansas City 6. Let me say it again. Baltimore Ravens 9, Kansas City 6. And this is your Super Bowl team, Jamie?
Yeah, listen, it's early.
This is
early,
your Super
hater.
Bowl team. Hold on. Let me back myself up. All right. Joe Flacco. You really believe in Joe Flacco?
Yes, I do.
Completing 13 passes out of 27 for 187 yards and no touchdowns.
Are you ever gonna finish? This is like some kind of.
He played terrible. He played terrible.
One game.
You know what? You might as well just put Tyrod Taylor in there.
Hey,
man, at least he can escape the rush.
Joe Flacco played pretty good last week against. A couple of weeks ago against your New England Patriots. Okay, do you forget that? How soon we forget?
With some Papawana referees.
How soon we forget?
Who was reffing that game?
It don't matter who's reffing. I know number 5 was on the field, number 51 was on the field, and number 20 was on the field returning interception for touchdowns. You know Mr. Ed Reed?
Old Ed Reed.
Who
got fined that $21,000 hit on Deion Branch.
Right, you know Mr. Freeway looking Ed Reed. Remember his face? He was doing his thing, but he saw y'all. Okay, are you done badgering the Baltimore Ravens? It's one game.
I'm sorry.
16 games of the season.
I'm sorry. I just don't see what you're seeing in the Baltimore Ravens to win the AFC. I'm sorry. I just don't see it.
Okay. All right. Kansas City goes on to 0-3 on the home. Castle had a horrendous game, 9 for 15, 92 yards. Jamal Charles showed up. I got to give this guy major props. 30 carries, 140 yards. But unfortunately 4 turnovers. They held the ball for almost 10 minutes longer than the Ravens, and managed to get the win. It wasn't a pretty win, but they got the win.
Cleveland Browns at New York Giants. Cleveland had a fast start, 14-0. Had a fast start. Brandon Whedon had a decent game. 22 completions, 35 attempts, 291 yards and 2 touchdowns. but they fell short to the New York Giants, 41-27. Trent Richardson had a good game. I thought he came out to play. Solid rookie, showing that he belongs in the league.
The Browns actually led at the end of the first half, 14-7. But the Giants always do what they do. The second half, Warriors. The Giants always has this bad characteristic about these recent Giants of playing to the level of their competition, and they did it again this week. Career highs by Cruz and Bradshaw saved the day. Cruz with 3 touchdowns, 5 receptions for 50 yards. Bradshaw with over 200 yards rushing. Cruz did a little salsa about 3 times today.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Give y'all a lesson in dancing, okay? With a career with the long of 28, third quarter, 2nd and 10 at Cleveland's 28, a 28-yard pass by the MVP of this season to me, Eli Manning, hit Cruz for a 28-yard touchdown, and Giants soar 41-27. Off to next week, baby.
Philadelphia Eagles at Pittsburgh Steelers. This one was a close one. I like in this one, but this one was a very close one. They fell short, 16-14. Michael Vick. Oh man, Vick, go Vick. I love that dude, man. I really like this dude. Fumbles just killed the offense. Every time they got into a goal line, they were stopped or either a fumble or penalty. Just a bunch of miscellaneous plays coming from the offense. Vick with 3 fumbles to go along with his 175 yards passing. LaShawn McCoy.
He has that Cam Newton disease. No. He can't keep the ball to himself. He has to give it away. He's too generous. That's what his problem is. Too generous.
Right. Not much from LaShawn McCoy. 16 carries for 53 yards. But again, it was close. I like what I saw from the defense. Defense really locked it out. Kept the game in the fourth quarter, but they fell short. Turnovers from the offense. Right.
Pittsburgh, this game was a tosser to me, but Pittsburgh edges it out. Ben Roethlisberger went 21 for 37, 207 yards. Rashad Mendenhall, major props to him. With the first game back from surgery, 14 rushes, 84 yards, 1 touchdown. Major props to him. But on their Pittsburgh's last drive, Big Ben goes 4 for 5. On 4 for 5, they ran the ball down their throats. Pittsburgh running game set up a field goal from Philadelphia 16, and they kicker hit a 34-yarder that ended the game for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Atlanta Falcons at the Washington Redskins. Atlanta 24, Washington 17. Falcons are off to they improved to a 5-0 start, the best start in franchise history for the first time. I thought the defense played well. They kept RG3 in check. Matt Ryan played pretty well. He threw the ball a lot, though, 52 passes, but completed 34 out of those 52 for 345 yards. And Tony Gonzalez with 13 catches. This dude's 36 years old, still playing at this level. 13 catches at this age.
Major props to him.
Yeah. Hall of Famer, first ballot. With 1 touchdown. But the offense played big. They played big. Not much for Michael Turner. 67 yards rushing, carried only for 18 and 1 touchdown.
Yep, the Redskins were in this game. The end of the first half, the game was tied. They actually led going into the fourth quarter, 10-7. But after that, they got outscored 17-7 in the fourth quarter. RG3 got knocked out knocked out in the third quarter. Kirk Cousins came in, went 5 for 9, 111 yards, 1 touchdown. Alfred Morris went 19 for 115. But it looks like after RG3 got knocked out, took out the win from that team, and they got their butts handed to them at the end of the game. Atlanta looking like a very true veteran team, looking like a team on a mission.
Matt Ryan for MVP.
Yeah, they going to win this week.
Seattle Seahawks at the Carolina Panthers. Seattle wins this one, 16-12. This game was close. It was a toss-up. I had Carolina winning this game, but obviously they fell short. Russell Wilson, he played a decent game, but he had two late interceptions in the third quarter, which really kept the game close. Bad interceptions too. Threw for 221 yards, one touchdown. Marshawn Lynch was just a beast, even though he only rushed for 85 yards, but he's a beast. You know how he plays. Cam Newton, oh man, terrible game. 141 yards, 12 completions out of his 29 attempts. Not much rushing on the ground for Jonathan Stewart. But Cam Newton had a chance late in the game, just about under 2 minutes at the goal line. Throws a duckling, ugly pass to his tight end, which cost him the game. Well,
you know what? This game, the field goal kickers really earned their money. The game was close up until the end, and Panthers go on to be 1-2 at home, 1-4 overall, and Cam Newton is having the sophomore blues. Everybody, you know what? It's common. It happens. He's still a second-year player, and he still has a lot of growing to do. We still have a lot of confidence in him long term, but the kid still has a lot of growing to do.
Chicago Bears at the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game was a no-brainer. I had Chicago, but yeah, Jacksonville just lose this one big, 41-3. They barely even showed up. They played like they had no guts. The only thing I'll give them is that Blaine Gabbert, he's a second-year player, young team. Threw for 142 yards, no touchdowns. Not much from Maurice Jones-Drew, but I wish I would have seen some more.
Yep. On the Jaguars, they improved their horrible record to 1-4, 0-3 at home. Okay. Game was tied at the end of the first half, and they got outscored 38-0 by the end of the game. Okay, it really is. You said enough about them. I really don't even want to continue talking about
please,
them.
Please.
Okay, 12 minutes deficit time possession, 3 turnovers, 312 offensive yards. 312 offensive yards. Yeah, they stink. Next.
Yeah, Chicago Bears won this one handily. They improved to a 4-1 start. Right now they're at the top of the AFC North. Jay Cutler, I thought he played exceptionally well. 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. Matt Forte, 107 yards. Played pretty well. Defense was just on lockdown mode. You weren't getting by them. Just giving up 3 points. Astonishing. This one was disappointing. Tennessee Titans at the Minnesota Vikings. Tennessee coming in at a 1-3 start. They fall short to this one big time, 30-7. They only put up a disappointing 7 points. How disappointing is that? Chris Johnson hasn't been anywhere to be found at all this preseason, this regular season. Matt Hasselbeck only thrown for 200 yards and 1 touchdown. As an offense,
they stunk.
Basically, there you go. If you want to sum it up, they stunk it up. They couldn't get anything going, especially in a running game.
All right, they stunk. I mean, Tennessee is 1-4 now, 1-3 on the road. They're in a rebuilding mode. First year without Jeff Fisher as coach, and they're trying to change. They're trying to rebuild, and it's not going to be easy. Minnesota, very team on a surprise, increases their record to 4-1, 3-0 at home. Christian Ponder continues to improve, 25 for 35, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns. Minnesota led 13-0 after the first half, and after that, 17 outscored the Titans 17-7. This game was not much to say about it besides that one team is going up, the other team is going down, and you know who that is.
All right, next game we had Denver at New England. Denver falls short, 31-21 to New England. I had New England in this one. They handled this game.
Homer.
Yep, I know. That means another Manning down.
Kool-Aid
the better Manning, I think. But anyways, Denver giving up 200 yards on the ground to the New England Patriots. Peyton Manning had a good game. First half kept it close, but he threw for 345 yards, 3 touchdowns. Late in the fourth quarter, he had a chance to come back, keep it to a 1-score game, but couldn't convert that fourth down on the fourth quarter to keep the drive alive and to keep the game close.
Yes, this game, if you look at the box, if you look at the end score, you'll think this game was closer than it was. New England led 17-7 at halftime. By the end of the third quarter, the game was 31-14. New England really dominated the game. Peyton Manning made a little. Denver made a run at the end to make the score look a little prettier. New England dominated on the rushing side of the ball. Ridley, 28 carries, 151 yards, 1 touchdown, and it looks like Wes Walker has finally integrated himself back into the offense. 13 receptions for 104 touchdowns. What do you guys say about this one, Joe?
Yeah, man. New England just basically handled them in every aspect of the game, but Denver tried to make a comeback, but New England held their ground and came away with the victory. As we all know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. To show your support for breast cancer, you can wear pink. And make sure you get your yearly checkups with your local physicians. We'll be back after this with more on Real Sports Talk with Jaime and Joe on 91.5 FM, WRBC, Lewiston, Maine.
to Real Talk Sports with Jaime and Joe. We're just finished off the NFL Week 5, taking a look at San Francisco hosting Buffalo Bills. San Francisco improves to 2-0 at home. Alex Smith continues to impress, going 18 for 24, 303 yards, 3 touchdowns. That offense is revved up, and it seems to be clicking. Frank Gore, 14 carries, 106 yards, 1 TD. Crabtree had a good game, 6 receptions, 113 yards, 1 touchdown. What do you think about it?
Buffalo just dreadful, giving up 45 points to the San Francisco 49ers, and Buffalo only putting up 3 points. They came into this game 2-2 after being blown out by the Patriots in the second half, giving up 45 points. But in this game, Brian Fitzpatrick, 16 completions out of 26 attempts, 126 yards and no touchdowns. They couldn't move the ball. It's just embarrassing. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. I just want to move on.
All right. So let's finishing off week 5. Tonight's game, as we record, was tonight's Sunday night game. As we record, was New Orleans hosting the San Diego Chargers, and New Orleans finally gets off the snag and gets into the victory column. What do you think about tonight's game, Joe?
It was a tough game to even pick because New Orleans had to come up win this one 31-24. It was a shootout. It was close all the way to the fourth quarter. Chargers coming in this one with a good record. With a record of 3-1 in Saints, 0-4. They finally get the first one of the season. They needed it. Drew Brees sets a new record for consecutive touchdowns and games played.
Right. Saints finally go off the snide. They win one. They were bound to win one. I didn't foresee them going 0-16 for the season. I'm not too sure what this really says for next week. They still look like a team. It still looks like there's a lot of things in flux over there in the Saints organization. This is a good day for them and that city. Hopefully they get 1 or 2 more by the end of the season. Looking on to Monday night's game, right? Looking on to Monday night's game, it's Houston Texans at the Meadowlands against the New York Jets. You know what?
We have to talk about this game.
We're not going to spend too much time about it, but the Jets are 2-2. You know what I mean? Let's not bash them too much. They are 2-2. They're not 0-4. They are 2-2. But I don't see this as anything close matchup. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I can see it right now. I can see the Texans running away with this one, handily too. That New York Jets offense is just in disarray right now. After scoring no points last week against the 49ers, who showed no kind of toughness or guts. Basically, yeah.
Right.
I like the Texans in this one.
You got a score?
Oh.
You got a score?
All right. Texans 29, Jets 12.
All right, I'm going a little higher. Texans 44, Jets 10. I see a blowout. Okay, it's not going to be pretty. The whole talk is getting more Tim Tebow on the field, and that means more horrendous offense. So if Tim Tebow is going to be on the field, this is going to go from bad to ugly, and Jets have no chance. Next, there's nothing else that needs to be said about that. So let's switch it off and give a little Week 6 preview. Look forward to Week 6. We're only on Mondays, so we got to look a little ahead. We're gonna take a look at Week 6 games and give you guys a preview on an NFL.
All right, let's take a look at Week 6 game. Thursday night matchup between Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jamie, how do you think Tennessee will attack the Pittsburgh Steelers defense in this one? What do you think?
I don't see Tennessee attacking anything. You got the best thing they can do is try to run the ball as much as they can. That quarterback is looking horrendous. The team is trying to rebuild. I see Pittsburgh at home dominating. I see Pittsburgh on the road dominating Tennessee. Their defense finally, looking good in this one, and them ravaging the young Tennessee Titans.
All right, moving on. Atlanta at Oakland. All right, the next matchup, Oakland at Atlanta. Atlanta coming in undefeated, 5-0 start, first time in franchise history. Oakland not looking too well right now. They're at the bottom of their division, and they need a win to stay afloat in that division right now. Can Oakland keep the Falcons keep the Falcons offense under 20 points in this one?
I don't see it happening. Oakland is having Oakland right now looks horrendous. Atlanta's looking like barn burners. Everybody talks about that Matt Ryan and Atlanta's offense is mimicking Peyton Manning in his prime with the Colts. You know what? I don't see it. Okay, they're playing well. They're playing well. Matt Ryan is hot. They have a very good offense. They have very good wide receivers. They have a great Hall of Fame tight end. But let's shy away from all this nostalgia comparing to Peyton Manning. It's not Peyton Manning.
There is no comparison. Okay?
It's not Peyton Manning.
There is no comparison.
Right. Okay. So and even this whole no huddle offense thing. Somebody back in the 90s, there was a quarterback named Jim Kelly with the Buffalo Bills who had a no huddle offense. It was pretty damn good too.
He's going way back.
So yeah, so calm down everybody with this Matt Ryan stuff. Anyway, Oakland won't keep them under 20. Atlanta scores about 50, and this game is a blowout.
Cincinnati at Cleveland. Both teams are coming off losses. Cleveland was just started off fast against the Giants, but came up short. Cincinnati kept it close against the Dolphins, but came up short. Both teams need a win right now. Two young teams. I like Cincinnati in this one. What do you project for the score for this one, Jamie?
Cincinnati at Cleveland, end score. Cincinnati 13, Cleveland 6. you know what? This game, I gotta be honest, does not seem important unless you got money on this game. And even if you have money to spend, money to bet, I wouldn't be betting on this game at all. Cincinnati edges Cleveland in a lackluster game. Field goals and one score from Dalton to one of his receivers. Next.
All right, next game we have St. Louis Rams at Miami Dolphins. Two young teams. St. Louis coming off a home win against undefeated Arizona Cardinals with that crazy defense of theirs. How many yards will Ryan Tannehill pass for against that St. Louis defense, Jamie?
Ryan Tannehill against that my fault. Ryan Tannehill against that vaunted defense of theirs and their pass rush. I see him putting up about 200 yards. He's gonna have a lot. He's gonna have a lot on his hands. He's gonna have a lot of defenders around him. I see this game. I see this game being real ugly for Miami. Reggie Bush needs to help Tannehill out, but this game is all St. Louis Rams. I see St. Louis winning. End score: St. Louis 27, Miami 12.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow, you kind of high on St. Louis, huh?
You know what? St. Louis is not a high scoring team, but I can see St. Louis putting points against Miami in this one.
Even with injured Amendola?
Yeah.
All right, fair
I can
enough.
see him put some points.
Fair enough. All right, moving on to the next game. Indianapolis Colts at the New York Jets. Indianapolis coming off an upset win against the Green Bay Packers. And New York Jets with a struggling offense, decimated by injuries to some of their key players, such as Antonio Holmes and Darrelle Reeves. Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe yourself? Do you believe in some luck? The guy that is the guy that's replaced Peyton Manning.
Corniest segue ever. We stop using the luck analogies.
How do you think Luck will fare against the Jets secondary without Darrelle Reeves?
You know what? Andrew Luck is looking pretty good right now. I'm just talking about how he looked in Week 5 against Green Bay, but Green Bay does have a horrible defense. The Jets haven't shown up on any side of the ball, so I see Luck doing very well. And I won't say this will be a blowout, and I won't say I see him having 300 yards, but I see him playing well. And
okay.
I hopefully I can see this being a close game, but Indy pulling it out, especially with Reeves out. I especially with Reeves out, I can see Indy pulling away, winning by a field goal.
Okay, fair enough. I could see Tebow getting some playing time, a lot of playing time in this one.
And if he does, more power for Indianapolis Colts. I mean, man.
Okay, now, moving on to the next game. Detroit Lions at the Philadelphia Eagles. Detroit, man, to a slow start. They're at the bottom of their division right now. They're a better team than this. I don't know what's going on. Fast start last year. I don't know if it's coaching or Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson being on the Madden cover, Madden 13. I don't know.
Right.
But Philadelphia Eagles who fell short to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which was a close game, but a lot of fumbles from Michael Vick. How will Matthew Stafford and Megatron perform against
you know what, that Eagles team and the defense is up and down, but you know what, I can see the defense playing well. Stafford and Megatron haven't looked like last year's pairing when they were very hot. But I could see them putting some points up. This game, Eagles need a win. They need to put some consistency going. They need to, put a streak. They're in one of the toughest divisions in football, and I'll go on a little bit of a hill. Go on a little bit of a hill here and say Eagles get a win over Detroit.
Okay.
At home. Okay, so
fair enough.
It does matter when they're at home. So I'll give the edge to the Eagles over Detroit. Okay, take a quick break. Let you folks know about the inaugural Dempsey Challenge Community Celebration. Starting Friday, October 12th, between 5 to 9 in downtown Lewiston. The Dempsey Challenge is pleased to announce a new event. The inaugural Dempsey Challenge Community Celebration has been planned and coordinated in collaboration with Art Walk Lewiston, Auburn, LA Arts, and Captive Elements Art House. Downtown Lisbon Street, Lewiston will be the location for a very special art walk, incorporating art in its various forms to illustrate a theme of healing, hope, and survival. In addition to the art walk, the Dempsey Challenge Community Celebration will bring a variety of live music, spoken word, and other performances to various venues in the downtown area from 5 to 8:30 p.m. Some of the musicians and groups to be included with the Dempsey Challenge Community Celebration include the band Apollo, Brian Laurier, Carolyn Curry, Kristen Short, Pan Fried Steel, Felix Weatherby, and Broken 51. Guests of the Dempsey Challenge Community Celebration should also keep their eyes open for a very special surprise: the rumblings of a flash mob. In addition to the many art galleries and performances of the Dempsey Challenge Community Celebration, several Lewiston Auburn restaurants and businesses are offering special promotions and our food and beverages tasting. An official after party will be held at Gritty's Auburn, 68 Main Street, with live music by the Jason Spooner Trio until midnight. For more information on this exciting community event, go to www.dempseychallenge.com and click on Events. Spread the word and join the fun.
Next game, Kansas City Chiefs at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kansas City Chiefs losing last week to Baltimore Ravens, which was a close game, 9-3. That was a very close game. I got to give it up to the defense. 9-6, I'm sorry. They kept it close. Tampa Bay, who's coming off a bye. Matt Castle getting knocked out of the game late in the second half. How many quarterbacks will get a start for the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday?
No, I can see them rotating about two of them in this game. If Castle does play, I don't see him playing for long. This team is hurting, and it looks like they're on one of those streaks, one of those rolls. It's the ball is rolling down, and it's going to take a whole lot of something big, something major to get things rolling back uphill for the Chiefs. They're playing at Tampa Bay. I can see Tampa Bay actually edging a win out here, and Kansas City looking listless and lackluster as they have been for the past 5 weeks.
Fair enough. Moving on to Dallas at Baltimore, primetime game of Week 6. Dallas coming off a loss to the Chicago Bears on a Monday night. Tony Romo threw 4 interceptions that game. Running game was lost. Des Bryant not on the same page as Romo. Defense, I don't know what's going on. That team has talent all over the field, every position. But Witten, as I predicted, had a big game after dealing with spleen injury during the preseason. Baltimore coming off an ugly win against the Kansas City Chiefs. I actually like Dallas in this one.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I really do, man. I don't believe in that Baltimore defense. I believe they're getting old. Ray Lewis is up there in age. Ed Reed is up there in age, but they're playing at a high level, but they're still up there in age. That defense isn't the same. I don't look at them as the same. They're not the Baltimore Ravens of 5 years ago, when they were really, really scary. I like Dallas in this one. I'll put my faith in Romo. I like Romo. I'm looking for DeMarco Murray to come out and run all over that old Ravens defense. All right, Jamie. Here's a question for you: which Tony Romo will the Dallas Cowboys get? All right, here's a question for you, Jamie. Which Tony Romo will the Dallas Cowboys get? The 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback or his evil twin? Oh no.
All right, this is another week where Tony is going to show up. That defense of Baltimore always seems to find a way to create turnovers. It doesn't matter who's on the field. If Terrell Suggs is off the field, somebody else shows up. That's the mark of a great team and a great front office who constantly seems to produce and find players. That defense of Dallas is suspect, evidenced by the stomping they got from Chicago Bears last week. So I see Baltimore regaining their stink, regaining their offensive edge. Flacco finding his receivers. Ray Rice doing his thing on the ground, doing his Marshall Faulk impression, catching the ball out the backfield, scattering around the defense. Baltimore giving up, stopping.
Give me a score.
So
I want to score. I want to score for this one because you got Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl. I got to hear a score for this one.
Okay. I don't want to go too crazy, but I do think they're going to stomp them. Let's go 31-14 Baltimore.
Wow.
I don't have any confidence in Dallas. Okay, I got no confidence in Dallas.
Is it because they're in the same Dallas Cowboys are in the same division as New York Giants, and they beat them opening night on a Wednesday night? Is that?
It has nothing to do with that.
Are you sure?
It has nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. It has all to do with their Jekyll and Hyde team Dallas has over there. Okay. What happened with them against Seattle? What happened with them against Seattle? They won game 1, and then they let down in game 2. So I got no confidence in them. In a primetime game, home, they get spanked by the Jay Cutler and the Bears. So no confidence in Dallas at all. Next game up, 4:00 game this Sunday at 4:05 is Buffalo at Arizona. Buffalo's offense is rolling. The tandem between Fitzpatrick and Stevie Smith is Stevie Johnson is definitely high-powered tandem, and I don't know how Fitzpatrick does it. I'm not really a true fan of his, but that team, him, Stevie, they put up numbers. That's one thing you can say about that Buffalo team. I don't understand what's going on with Mario Williams. He has to step it up, and going against Arizona. Arizona's been very stingy on defense, but they have found in between there put up some numbers. Carver has put up some numbers. This is a very tough game to pick. It's at Arizona, so I want to give Arizona a little bit of an edge, but if this is going to be close, I see it's a close game. I'm leaning right now towards Buffalo, but who do you trust more, Joe? Kevin Cobb or Ryan Fitzpatrick?
To be honest with you, I trust neither. Watch the supporting cast really come out and make this a game. I'm pretty sure they're not going to leave the game to the quarterbacks in this one. They've both been playing, but if you look at the offense on both sides, a lot of ballers, man. You got on the Buffalo, you got Stevie Johnson lining up as wide receiver, C.J. Spiller as a running back for the Buffalo Bills, and Fred Jackson. So they got playmakers on Buffalo. In Arizona, they have an offense without a running game. Ryan Williams has done nothing. On the outside, you got Larry Fitzgerald, who's just been a beast. And the upcoming Andre Roberts on the other side of Larry Fitzgerald, wide receiver, who's coming along, who scored a touchdown in their first 4 games. So in this game, I like Buffalo in this. I just hope that defense shows up for him. Where's Mario Williams? I like Buffalo.
Next 4:00 game, New England at Seattle.
Next game, Kansas City Chiefs at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kansas City Chiefs losing last week to Baltimore Ravens, which was a close game, 9-3. That was a very close game. I got to give it up to the defense. 9-6. I'm sorry. They kept it close. Tampa Bay, who's coming off a bye. Matt Castle getting knocked out of the game late in the second half. How many quarterbacks will get a start for the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday?
I can see them rotating about 2 of them in this game. If Castle does play, I will see him playing for long. This team is hurting, and it looks like they're on one of those streaks, one of those rolls. It's the ball is rolling down, and it's going to take a whole lot of something big, something major to get things rolling back uphill for the Chiefs. They're playing at Tampa Bay. I can see Tampa Bay actually edging a win out here, and Kansas City looking listless and lackluster as they have been for the past 5 weeks.
Fair enough. Moving on to Dallas at Baltimore, primetime game of Week 6. Dallas coming off a loss to the Chicago Bears on a Monday night. Tony Romo threw 4 interceptions that game. Running game was lost. Des Bryant not on the same page as Romo. Defense, I don't know what's going on. That team has talent all over the field, every position. But Witten, as I predicted, had a big game. after dealing with spleen injury during the preseason. Baltimore coming off an ugly win against the Kansas City Chiefs. I actually like Dallas in this one.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I really do, man. I don't believe in that Baltimore defense. I believe they're getting old. Ray Lewis is up there in age. Ed Reed is up there in age, but they're playing at a high level, but they're still up there in age. That defense isn't the same. I don't look at them as the same. They're not the Baltimore Ravens of 5 years ago, when they were really, really scary. I like Dallas in this one. I'll put my faith in Romo. I like Romo. I'm looking for DeMarco Murray to come out and run all over that old Ravens defense. All right, Jamie. Here's a question for you: which Tony Romo will the Dallas Cowboys get? All right, here's a question for you, Jamie. Which Tony Romo will the Dallas Cowboys get? The 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback or his evil twin? Oh no!
All right, this is another week where Tony is going to show up. That defense of Baltimore always seems to find a way to create turnovers. It doesn't matter who's on the field. If Terrell Suggs is off the field, somebody else shows up. That's the mark of a great team and a great front office who constantly seems to produce and find players. That defense of Dallas is suspect, evidenced by the stomping they got from Chicago Bears last week. So I see Baltimore regaining their stink, regaining their offensive edge. Flacco finding his receivers. Ray Rice doing his thing on the ground, doing his Marshall Faulk impression, catching the ball out the backfield, scattering around the defense. Baltimore giving up, stopping.
Give me a score.
So
I want to score. I want to score for this one because you got Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl. I got to hear a score for this one.
Okay. I don't want to go too crazy, but I do think they're going to stomp them. 31-14 Baltimore.
Wow.
I don't have any confidence in Dallas. Okay, I don't got no confidence in Dallas.
Is it because they're in the same Dallas Cowboys are in the same division as New York Giants, and they beat them opening night on a Wednesday night? Is that?
It has nothing to do with that.
Are you sure?
It has nothing to do with that. Mm. It has all to do with their Jekyll and Hyde team Dallas has over there. What happened with them against Seattle? What happened with them against Seattle? They won game 1 and then they let down in game 2. So I got no confidence in them. In a primetime game, home, they get spanked by Jay Cutler and the Bears. So no confidence in Dallas at all. Patriots at Seattle. Interesting matchup. Seattle defense has looked very well this season against the New England Patriots offense, which is very coordinated. Always the veteran and Wes Walker and Gronkowski. I see that as a key matchup. Very interesting in the fact that Seattle overall is very physical. I love to see the matchup. Their physical DBs against New England's Wilson. Receivers, Wes Walker and Gronkowski. I see that as a very key matchup. I do see New England winning. Overall, let's see how Belichick it definitely be a competitive game plan against Russell Wilson. Question here is Seattle's offense win the time possession and keep Tom Brady off the field? I do see New England winning
away from Tom Brady,
but
keeping the ball on the ground,
definitely be a competitive
playing efficient football.
Question here is, can Seattle's offense win the time of possession?
But it's really up
to
the
Tom Brady
Patriots defense. So in this one, I can see
make
Seattle plays, trying to keep away from Tom Brady the ball as much as they can. Russell Wilson keeping the ball on the ground, just keep Tom Brady win the time football possession, keep Tom Brady off the field. I don't believe. But it's really up to them as a Patriots defense to. But they will try to run a scheme and as if get Tom Brady the ball, keep the ball in Marshawn Lynch's hands, or the Seattle Seahawks and run the clock. Tom Brady. When the time, I believe New England's defense will come up and make plays. I don't believe Russell Wilson is efficient enough.
Conference
but they will try to
final
run a
sequel.
scheme
San Francisco's revamped offense
keep
against
the ball in Marshawn
New York
Lynch's
Giants,
hands
ailing secondary. I know San Francisco's going to be heated.
I believe New England's defense will
Eli
come
Madden
up
and
and
the Giants
make
always
plays when they have to.
well in 4 o'clock game situations. Is conference
this
final
right here,
sequel.
this right here, I think
San
is the
Francisco's
game
revamped
of the
offense
week.
against New York Giants, ailing secondary. That
San Francisco
team
going
to be heated. Last
year,
year,
be amped
their main
Eli
heel
Manning and the
Giants always
their
seem
lack
to
of
play
offense.
well in their defense type of situations.
To the last time
this
these
right
two
here,
teams met, this right here,
crunch
I think
time
this is the game
came up.
of the
Alex
week.
Smith was there, but he only had one option. He only had San Francisco team.
Had Davis, his tight end.
Last year, Eli Manning, their main heel
was
their lack of
weapons
offense.
to choose from.
Their defense was
and
top notch.
They found a way to make plays.
The last time these two teams met, crunch time came up. Alex
field goal
Smith
to
was
win it.
there, but he only had one option.
But
he only
in this one,
had Davis, his tight
San
end.
Francisco,
Eli Manning has
weapons
plethora
now.
Randy Moss,
of
Crabtree,
weapons to choose from.
Davis,
and
Frank Gore.
They found a way to make plays towards San Francisco in this one.
I can't really give a score. I see San Francisco.
But in this one,
but here's the question is who gets upper hand?
Weapons now.
San
Randy
Francisco's
Moss,
offense,
Crabtree,
New York
Davis,
Giants,
Frank
Gore.
I gotta lean towards San Francisco in this one.
I can't really give a score. I see San Francisco. But here's the question is who gets upper hand? San Francisco's offense or New York Giants England secondary?
Yep, I like everything San Francisco's offense is doing right now. They're running the ball. They're throwing it. They're pretty balanced. Alex Smith is not the elite quarterback, but I think he does just enough to get them by over that New York Giants ailing defense, who's dealing with a bunch of injuries right now. But yeah, I like San Francisco in this one too. I like San Francisco 31, New York 14.
Sunday's night game will be Green Bay Packers at Houston. This is a very important game for Green Bay, coming off a loss from the Colts. Houston is rolling. Right now, they're playing at home. Green Bay's defense has not shown up at all. Woodson moved to safety. Hasn't really helped them. Their corners can't stop anybody. Houston has one of the best wide receivers on the planet with Andre Johnson. It doesn't look good for the Green Bay Packers. I hate to say it. They were my Super Bowl pick last year, and this year they playing. Can Green Bay keep the Texans under 30 points?
No, that's a no, because I see this game a shootout. It's going to come down to a big play. It's going to come down to a big play. I see this just coming down to a shootout. As you mentioned, Green Bay's defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. And that too much talent on that Houston offense, man. You got Arian Foster, who's just a monster. Matt Schaub, he's so-and-so. And then R.J. Johnson on the outside. So, no, I don't see the Green Bay Packers holding Houston down under 30 points.
And the Monday night game, Denver Broncos at San Diego, is a nice matchup between Rivers and Payton, two elite quarterbacks. Denver's offense is trying to find their way. San Diego at home, I got to give a little bit of an edge to San Diego, but I could definitely see Denver Denver playing well in this game, but I'm giving the edge to San Diego. So his outline here is the season is very young. What will the season look like? What would this division look like by the end of the season? Who will be atop of the AFC West at season end?
I like San Diego. Even though they fell short to the Saints, it was a close. It was a shootout all the way. But I like San Diego. They've been together a while. Most of those players been together a while. And if you look at the rest of the AFC West, they're a young team. Or like Denver with Peyton Manning, who was a newly acquisition this year. He's still work in progress with his plays, timing. He still needs to work on that with his receivers. But I like San Diego. 3-2. Peyton Manning is 4-4 all-time career with against the Chargers. He's thrown 15 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. So I like San Diego to come out on top of this division. If I was to go with two teams, it would either be San Diego or Denver.
So that wraps up our Week 6 preview.